What's up, everybody, and welcome to God's Army podcast. My name is Shaymus. This is Joe. Thanks for tuning in. We're excited to have our very first episode.
Oh yeah,
What's up, Joe?
not much. Been wanting to do this for a while.
Yeah, I'm excited that we got started, pulled the trigger, and ready to go. So, what do we want to talk about today?
We're going to talk about our testimonies and if we were sitting across from the table from Jesus, what he would talk about you and say about you.
Oh man, that get deep. Cool, man. Well, since this was your idea, I'm gonna have you go through your testimony first,
Oh man, I have
and
to go
then
first.
yep, and then I'll go, and then yeah, we'll talk about what Jesus would say if we were sitting across the table from him.
That's going to be awesome.
All right.
Well, I didn't grow up in church, and I grew up in a family of drinkers and people that swore nonstop. I grew up with violence in the house from certain family members and drugs. Seen a lot of things growing up. Been through a lot with cancer, my parents having cancer, them passing away from cancer, a sister dealing with addiction and passing away from addiction, from heart failure. That's somewhat of a summarized version of mine. In Discord, we have a testimony page where the full version's there. And I think that's all I'm going to say about mine.
Okay. No, that's cool. That's all right. Yeah. Well, background about me. My testimony is I grew up in the church. I grew up in a single mom home where my mom knew Jesus from a very young age, and a series of bad decisions led her to having three children under 3 years with a man that was not capable of being a dad. So, yeah, things were tough growing up. Um, there was a lot of sexual abuse happening inside the home when my mom got remarried, and by ways of my stepsister, and that went on for many many years. And then while there, also there was physical and verbal abuse from my stepdad. Eventually, my mom left, and unfortunately, that left us homeless. So we were in Columbus, Ohio, homeless for a while as kids. That taught me a lot about human beings and how they treat people, and some nice things about people, and some not so nice things about people. Um, yeah, but growing up, I always knew that God was there, God who He was, and I do now believe, on the other side of that, that God was there the whole time, protecting us, keeping us from a much worse scenario that could have been. So eventually, my grandfather, my maternal grandfather, my mom's dad, he bought us a house in Northeast Ohio where we lived, and then due to some mental illness on my mom's end, she she no longer could take care of me. So there was a lot of neglect on. So she kept my other five siblings, and then placed me in foster care. So I was there from 13 till I aged out at 18. And while there, I was placed in a home where the foster parents were the pastors of an apostolic Pentecostal church. If you know anything about Pentecosts, they're the speaking in tongues, running in circles, dancing down the aisles type, and which is cool. I'm just not that way anymore. Um, you'll still catch me dancing, but maybe not down the aisles. Um, so that's where I really truly got saved. Um, it was Super Bowl Sunday, February 5th, 2005, and the so I just but still had to go through foster care there. I didn't get out until I was till 2009, where I was homeless again because I aged out of the system. My mom didn't have a place for me to stay, and but I was resilient. I learned a lot. Stayed with some friends. Eventually met my wife, and 5 short years later, after getting out of foster care, I was married, and things have been. It's been 10 years now, and things have been crazy, ups and downs, but good overall. So God's really been taking care of us, and which led me to having this podcast, and being able to hang out with you as often as possible.
Yeah, without Shaymus over there, I don't think this would be happening.
Well, I think it could have happened eventually, but I'm glad I could push you over the edge.
Oh yeah,
I think you had a really good foundation. You just needed that extra push.
that one question to do a devotional on the Bible app.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, which I needed a lot. I needed to get
Yeah,
back into the Word, and I still struggle with it, and so um, I asked more so for me to help me than anything. So I'm glad that it worked out for both of us. And since then we've had, my nephews have joined in, our friend
oh
Jack
yeah.
has joined in, so we've had a lot of people come and go and join. So it's been good.
Which we only currently have one going on right now, so we need another one.
Yeah. We need to find something feisty. We need to find some good feisty one.
Oh, yeah,
Something that's gonna really challenge.
yeah, for sure. We need something good.
So Joe, if you were sitting down at the dinner table across from Jesus, what do you think? What do you think you guys would talk about?
Um, I think you would say I grew a lot since last when was that? July? Last year?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's been a year since we've been doing these.
yeah. I think you would say I grew up a lot in the last year and keep going. That there's never an end of stopping learning. You always learn
Yeah.
something. I'm sure there's still things I need to work on, but there's a lot that I have changed with some addiction stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think you would say he's proud of me.
I definitely agree with that for sure.
Hmm.
What do you before I answer myself, where did you get this topic from? Where did you hear this?
At church on Sunday 2 weeks ago, I believe, there was at the end after the first song, pastor came back up and asked. He heard from another podcast of that question being asked, and he asked church and let us sit there for about 30 seconds in silence and think about it. And it's really just been stuck in my head.
Yeah, no, that's good. Yeah, the let the people know about the church name that you go to. What's your church name and the name of your pastor?
Renew Communities in Berea, Ohio, and he is Andy Sakura. I can't pronounce his last name.
Yeah, yeah. Andy Sakura, he's dude's good. Dude's
Oh
good.
yeah,
If I didn't live 100 years away, I would definitely be attending. But yeah, that's a whole day event. So
oh
to
yeah, yeah.
get to
That would
Berea,
be.
yeah. I mean, I'm not saying no, no.
It's definitely worth
Yeah,
it.
but Columbus, Ohio to Berea is definitely a full 2 hours.
Yeah.
But it's all up 71. So if I get that Tesla and the Tesla drives me, I think it would be worth it because I can like rest
Oh
while
yep, yep. You have to
get my
keep your
hands
hands
on the
on the wheel
wheel,
though.
paint, paint eyeballs on my eyelids so it looks like I'm looking,
Tape
and
them
then
open.
just
But
you have arrived at church.
they do stream live online on
Yeah,
YouTube. I can put that in
yeah,
the description so anyone can go there and watch it.
yeah, for sure.
Sundays at
Yeah,
9:15 and 11:15. I don't know if they stream the later service though.
yeah. I think they just stream the one and then they just keep it posted.
Yeah.
So
Well,
cool, man.
if you're sitting across from the table, what do you think he would say to you?
I mean, I honestly, I think my relationship with God is it's unique in the fact that I feel like really intimately connected with God, and I'm really thankful for that. I definitely know that it's different than a lot of other people's relationships, and I think that He would just remind me of that His love for me and for everybody else is unconditional, and it's not performance based, and I can't, if there's true repentance in my heart, I can't out sin
Yeah.
his blood that he already shed for me. And if my heart's in the right spot, that the struggles and all those things don't matter, that he still sees me through the filter of the blood, which means by law, by heaven law, I am perfect, I am holy, and I am righteous because that's what the Bible says I am.
Yep.
Because the blood is covered my sins. So I'm bought and paid for, right? And I think he would remind me of that and just, remind me that there's a long way to go and I can just keep going. I just got to keep going and keep listening, keep reading, and, just remind me that I'm okay, and that everything's okay,
Yep.
and that, I'm continuing to try to do a good job.
We're not
Because
perfect.
because I forget that a lot, and I'm very critical of myself in my head. Um, and that's something that we can all learn to do is to in our head is to speak to ourselves the way Jesus talks to us. So,
Yes.
it's never harsh, it's never mean, it's never judgy, it's never rude, it's never, you know, it's never um accusatory. It's always with love first, and it's always like, I'm not going to say gentle because God's not always gentle, but it is always just love forward talk. And
Yes.
I think we can learn all to speak to ourselves in our head that way. So, yeah.
So a little bit, well, not really off topic, but there's a TikTok going around of a kid coming out of anesthesia, and supposedly well, not supposedly, the way he was talking seemed like he was in heaven talking to Jesus and his past father. Have you seen that? No,
That's
you haven't?
crazy. So he
Uh,
said he spoke to Jesus and his dad, who's dead.
well, there's like video of him like glazy eyes staring off in space pretty much talking, and he's talking to Jesus, saying he has fiery eyes, beautiful, this and that. I'll put a little bit of the video at the end of this.
Yeah, that's definitely crazy.
Yeah, it is.
That's definitely crazy. That's cool though.
So pretty. I wish I was with you, Dad. It's so pretty up here. There's so many flowers and butterflies. Butterflies, a lot of butterflies in heaven. God is so pretty.
Hey, look at me.
He has fire eyes.
Kason,
Yeah, he does.
can you see?
I see heaven. Heaven is so pretty.
Kason.
It's so pretty.
Every 30
Papa!
minutes. Yeah.
Hi, Papa! I miss you. Give me a hug, please.
I would love for that encounter because we all have a lot of loved ones in heaven, so
Oh yeah.
it'd be cool. I'm definitely looking forward to that day. I hope it's not today, but I'm definitely looking forward to. It's like that old country song. Everybody wants to go to heaven, just not right now.
Yep.
So, but yeah, um, I think episode 1 is going to be real short. I like it. I think we're good.
Yes.
So definitely everybody that was able to listen to these clips or listen to this short episode 1 intro, appreciate it. Make sure you're joining our God's Army Discord, and thanks for sticking around.
Yeah, appreciate you all. See you guys in the next one.